Hello everybody, I've got a 2v2 on Crevice today, and we're going to have to be putting our try-hard pants on because we are up against Rip Studwell, who is the teal arbiter, and Harinate, who is the orange cutter. So we're going to have our work cut out for us today. Of course, we are running cutter brutes, so I don't really think we are under any sort of disadvantage here of any sort, but I don't really know anything like that. I always hear which combo has the advantage or the disadvantage. I don't really know any of that stuff. It could really go either way anyway, all the time. There's no science behind it. But anyways, I'm going to just go temple second and try to get my reactor and keep my reactor. I'm across from the cutter. I'm really not having in mind to do any sort of harassing on his part. I just want to get my summit up and build vampires, because that's my job. I get vampires and Mitch gets power turret, and that's all we're going to be trying to do here. Just waiting for my temple to build. And as soon as your temple builds, that's a pretty good time to queue up your brute squad, but it's not necessary, of course. I don't have a summit up already, so even if I were to get that tech right now, I wouldn't be able to make use of it, so it's never really super important to get the reactor right off the bat. Of course, could be different when you're the cutter player or an arbiter, but since I'm the brute, I could always just vortex them out of the reactor if I needed to. But I don't know. A lot of people will like to disagree with me and say that getting the reactor right off the bat is really important, but I'm across from a cutter and he's probably going to be making flamethrowers anyway, so I kind of just want to keep my chieftain around this reactor and keep it from him and keep it under my control, so I'll be able to make vampires. Clutch ram on my brute. I mean, he was there the second my brute squad spawned out there, so good job on his part. He was right there and ready to go. And he's doing his best to keep my brute squad from going through the lift. Mitch is telling me to pay attention up here. There's some marines and flamethrower squads coming to the reactor, and my brute finally makes it through, and I'm able to get it inside the reactor hook, but it's half health and there's only one squad there, so the flood is eventually going to probably kill my brute squad. So like I said before, my brute chieftain's just going to have to stay here a little bit in case I need to warp another brute squad over there, because walking a brute squad over there will take a really long time, and he can get rammed, intercepted, any sorts of bad things can happen to him. And since my brute isn't upgraded, there's really not much of a point in me moving on to Cutter's base to try and hammer down a pad, because it would take forever and I wouldn't be able to do anything. So I'm just going to stay by this reactor. I know Mitch didn't want me to. He wanted me to move up and try to drop in some brute squads on one of their bases, I think, but that's not what I did. I'm going to get my first summit up and start making vampires. Hopefully, that's the plan. Looks like this infantry isn't quite going to be able to take me out of the reactor yet, but he will be back, and my brute squad is going to die, actually. The flood probably is going to finish him off right here. And here's the arbiter at my base, a whole bunch of suicide grunts coming in. I'm going to DQ my summit so that I get like 50 resources back, I guess. And one of his grunts is still alive now, so he's going to throw that extra grunt into my blessed warehouse, and that's just unfortunate. Playing against a suicide grunt happy arbiter is never fun, and he is just going to happily grunt down all of my pads. He's probably working on Fiendish Return right now so that he can stop that shield easily, and I'm sure we'll see his ghost warping in any second. Yep, there it is right there. As soon as that ghost shows up, then you might as well DQ that shield, because it's just not going to happen. But what that ghost tells me is that he's not scouting, so I'm going to go ahead and try to take a secret base. Secret base! Because obviously I have the money to do it, and I'm not going to be able to get anything up on this base. So that's one of the cool things about Crevice. You could always just take a secret base and try to get a summit on that. Of course, if he were to scout this out and see my secret base, then we would probably lose right here. But then again, of course, I could just try and get up another summit onto this base, but this Arbiter is bringing in more suicide grunts. He is going to grunt down pretty much all of my blessed warehouses. So my base is getting raped, but fortunately... Oh no, my chopper dies too. Damn, that is bad. That's not good at all. So I've only got a couple blessed warehouses now, and I am working on a secret base to try and get a summit up. My reactor hook has died, so I'm going to have to try and get a brute squad out. Obviously not through my main base, because there's an Arbiter there. And here comes a Banshee. It started boosting back there, and I thought it was going to discover my expansion, and that would have been bad. But fortunately, he's just going to try and take down all of my pads, and I know that sounds kind of weird saying fortunately he's going to just blow up all my supply pads. So this actually isn't really good at all, but I need to get this brute squad through. My chieftain is still standing at that reactor, so my brute squad will get right there. No trouble, not have to walk. Blah, blah. I'm having some trouble speaking right now, excuse me. Okay, brute squad, get in the reactor. The Banshees see me getting my brute squad into the reactor. They're probably curious how my brute squad managed to get to the reactor without them knowing. So I'm sure any moment now they're going to be boosting around looking for my expansion. Brute squad, come on, man. Local units. And yeah, there's the Banshees. They see my base here, and I signal flare because this base is very important. I need it to stay alive. I'm even going to recall my chieftain and vortex away these Banshees if I have to. And the Arbiter is making his way down here. So I believe Mitch has canister shell now. And yeah, he does, so he's going to be canistering that Arbiter. I'm not sure if he's going to be killing it or not, or if he's going to be forced to run away. Arbiter is raging. I'm going to have to get my one and only Vampire in a safe spot so that it doesn't get raged down. And okay, so it does look like the Arbiter is now off of my base, but there are about 5 Banshees here. I have 1 Vampire, my second Vampire is coming out. Arbiter is not gone, by the way. He's half health attacking my expansion. And Mitch's tanks are having a good old time dealing with him, I'm sure, and all of the Banshees. Oh, my phone's ringing, hold on. And just more people asking for more money that I don't have. I have like 30 job applications out right now, so I have to take every single phone call seriously, even if it's an unrecognized number. And God, I tell you, like 9 out of 10 times I answer, it's some douchebag asking for money. You think I got money, dude? Jeez. Anyways, these Banshees are coming back to my base, seeing if they can't do any more damage, but I've got a decent number of Vampires. He probably could have stuck around and killed a pad, but he definitely would have lost some Banshees there. And he's probably just going to have to either switch his tech, or I don't know. He does have quite a few Banshees, but then again I get a stasis off right here above Mitch's tanks, and he's going to lose 2 Banshees, 3 Banshees, and as soon as Orange moves his tanks up, I pull back to Mitch's tanks. So we're taking his Banshees down slowly but surely, and Mitch is not losing any of his tanks. So coming up now, Mitch has some Spartans in his tanks. I'm going to put up another warehouse, and we're going to push down to the middle here and try and save Mitch's reactor, although it is too late. I'm sure Mitch already has power turret queued up, and I can't really see because of my small preview size. He might even have, yeah, he does have it right now. So we are pushing up. These Banshees are coming in to try and help him, but Mitch even has an extra Wolverine here to help him now. So things are looking pretty good. We're going to start pushing up to Teal's base and see if we can do any damage. I see Teal is over here trying to take me out of the reactor, but it's probably too late for that. And because I've already got quite a few Banshees, I'm going to put a shield up on this base, which isn't necessary at all. They are already done attacking my base, and unless they were to do a counter push with all of their tanks, there really isn't any reason to put up a shield on that base. So definitely could have afforded another warehouse there. Here we are pushing up Teal's base. There's a ton of Banshees here, but Mitch is just steamrolling right through them. They're focusing on his one Wolverine, and my Vampire is going to show up behind him, and all these Banshees are just going to melt as well as poor Rip Studwell's base. He's a good guy, and he didn't want me to upload this game, but you know what, man? You don't get to make demands of what I upload and what I don't. Screw you, man. And honestly, I just felt like uploading this. I thought it was a good game. I mean, I thought Mitch played really well. I thought I played decently, which is a rarity. And yeah, so I just wanted to upload this game. Hopefully you guys liked it. It's going to be ending any moment now.
Warehouse upgraded.
My chieftain's up here making sure they don't expand. Anytime your chieftain is still alive on Crevice and you can afford to stick a brute squad in any of those garrisons up there, go ahead and do that, because it will make them taking extra bases. It'll make taking bases for them a lot harder, and it will make the game end faster. Gonna go ahead and upgrade. I just said go ahead. Mitch hates it when I say that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then go ahead and do that. So I like to say it. I like to go ahead and say it as much as I possibly can. Anyways. Yeah, so this game's pretty much over. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully Riff Studwell doesn't hate me and remove me. I don't really care about Harry-Nate. I don't know who he is. So, okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
We obey.
Local units. All units. Local units. Your team is victorious.
Oh, that's completely my fault. Hey.
That's all you know how to do is suicide run down supply pads.
Hey man, your base is looking great.
That was Billy's base.